Today on Pull Start Stables, we're just gonna go check and see how our food plots are holding up. It's the end of January, and in my area, late doe season ended January 12. So now it's just checking things for next year. Next hunting season, I guess, starts actually in September, but generally speaking, it'll be October before I hunt. But got the snowmobile out yesterday. I cruised around. I was pretty impressed with some of the late season signs that I have seen. There's been some surprises that I figured I would address and maybe change my plans for this next food plot season. We definitely have a lot of activity between the rabbits and the deers out here in the snow. It's always great to see what they're doing, where they're going, and how I can improve upon that. They've still been hitting my water hole. That's kind of funny. It's pretty frozen, but they're climbing down in there, checking things out. Now we're coming into one of my food plots. Let's see what's going on. Now last September, August, something like that, I planted a couple mixes from the Tractor Supply local to me. I figured I would try that out this year. And one thing that was mainly different from my normal food plot mix is that this one had no turnips. It had radish and it had rapeseed, which I generally use both of those, but it did not have turnips. It had oats and wheat, and many times I also include clover. So we had the oats, we had the wheat, we took away the clover, we took away the turnips. And I really wasn't that impressed with the activity that I saw overall during hunting season. But now, check this out. They're definitely coming in here. They're definitely digging. They're finding quite a few things to chew on. You can see they're tearing up those radishes. They're digging them right out of the ground, chewing the tops right off. And that's pretty cool to see. We have quite a few spots where they've torn it up. We got quite a few signs of the poops, and pretty impressive arrangement of various hoof sizes, I guess. So I guess the population has made it through hunting season. There's another radish that's tore out of the ground and chewed on, and we've just got various pockets that have been dug up. Let's go check out a couple more plots. This was just yesterday that I ran the snowmobile through just before dark, and deer have come through here since then. That's kind of cool. Now this is just kind of natural clover that was growing in this trail here. I didn't plant anything here, but they've still torn up the ground just to eat some clovers. These next two food plots that we will be coming into, if you recall from the video, one side was the forage oats alone, and then the other side was the game plot mix that had the wheat, the oats, the radish, and rapeseed. I'm gonna have to look back and see. I believe this might have been the mixture, and if I can see what they're tearing up here, they're definitely getting after this stuff. plenty of sign. Now I really wanted to see, when I separated these two, what they will hit more of, left to right. And now that we cross this trail, we're going to transition into the other mix. I'm going to have to go back into my video and check which one was which, but I really think this was the forage oats, and you can see they really haven't gotten much into it. I'm not that impressed. We've got 2 more plots to check, and we'll go do that right now. Now here we've got trails left and right, and on the left side here was just the forage oats. The right side here was the radish, the rapeseed, the oats, and the wheat mixed. Once again, we've got pockets where this has been torn up pretty good. I definitely think that they're looking for that brassica, which is the radish. I don't think they really care about the oats or the wheat. I don't really know what the rapeseed grows and looks like. It's just something that I've known they like, but they just seem to be digging down to the dirt to dig up what they can to eat. There's these pockets here and there, which is just impressive to see in general. Now, if we check out the other side, which was just the oats, we'll see much less sign of anything. So far, I would pretty much say that the oats side is a total failure. Hopefully, if anything, if I roll this under, it'll just add some benefit to the soil. I think that's mainly what the radish does compared to the turnips. Radishes generally rot a little bit faster, but they aerate the soil well. You can see still, there's just no real sign of them hitting this plot. So, strategy. If we talk strategy and deer, we can go round and round and round and round and round and round and round in circles for a long, long time. When I tracked that doe 2 properties over, I realized that I am a very undercovered property compared to the rest. And there's only so much I can do with limited irrigation and that, but I do want to just keep trying to grow trees. I do want to keep trying to grow shrubs. I did notice that some of the brush piles that I added last year for rabbit cover and small game became kind of areas of attraction for the deer as well. So I'm going to keep trying to throw brush piles out and continue the cover operation. But I'm definitely going to go back to the farm store, the local elevator compared to the Tractor Supply. I'm going to continue with the turnips and the clover. I think that's huge. Now I've been reading about overseeding in the winter, just throwing out clover, especially with the snow, and then the snow can hold on to it and drive it down into the earth. So there's going to be some areas, maybe in some of these trails, that I might try to overseed with the clover. Food plots. I have added just just one stand from last year, and it has really no attraction other than maybe some bedding and some cover. And that one's right here. So this ladder stand I put up here is right on the property edge. This corner and beyond is generally where the deer come from, and there's a trail that leads right to that edge. But this year, this entire field bordering me was planted with winter wheat after they harvested their corn, and apparently that winter wheat was way better than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 food plots that I planted. So we're going to change that up. I think we need a little bit of a food attraction over here. It's going to be small. It's going to be maybe just this trail right here. Maybe I will just make a long skinny food plot, something to hold them right in front of me for my ladder stand. Another thing I get to see is the fact that this snowmobile trail is not mine. It means that I have trespassers, which is another fun feat of being a property owner. I don't think people understand the ignorance that they display when they trespass. They don't understand the amount of liability that I hold if they find themselves injured on my property. I have to hold a pretty large, substantial insurance premium for the freaking idiots that decide that they could just cut through my property. Well, what if they hit one of these stakes that I've got for a game cam? Or what if they hit one of, this makes me upset. You know, one of my water holes. What if they hit something that they become injured or impaled on, and now I'm at fault? I can't believe that people do this to me. So we'll just continue to monitor it. I'm going to put some posted signs up because they clearly don't understand that this has changed hands. Yep, from one corner to another, they cut right through the property, and there's no place for that in my mind. Well, this is not a snowmobile or a trespassing video, so I will address that later. But I do plan to make an attraction. If there's deer coming onto the corner here, I really want them to come this way in front of me instead of coming out behind me and blowing my wind. So we got that. We're going to add a small food plot here. We might see about overseeding and throw one more clover down in these trails. It is nice to see them. Just continually walking them though, that's for sure. And my attitude has changed a little bit. I apologize. I'll shake it off. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you learned something. I will not be doing forage oats any longer. Maybe they'll hit those in the spring. Maybe that'll change my mind. But for the time being, as far as hunting season goes, and even over winter, I can see that they don't care. And more than attraction, if I can maintain a healthy herd in the area, that they have a food source for the winter, I would like that more than anything. So we're going to keep finding holes like this where they've just dug in and enjoyed themselves for dinner.